Channel Sports Central being over an NFL game preview and prediction on the 2021 wildcard round matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Indianapolis Colts, two teams of which who have had outstanding seasons, especially the Bills who are coming into this game as a 13-3 team, best record that the Bills have had in quite a while. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they're 11-5 coming into this game. It's been a good season for them as well, and we're going to be going over a full game preview and prediction on this wildcard matchup here today, starting out with your team trends. Last game for Buffalo, they beat Miami in Week 17, last game of the regular season, 56-26 being the final score there. That was an outstanding win for the Bills. I mean, they were up 56-19 at one point in that game. That was a huge win there for the Bills. They ended up winning that game by 30 against a team which Miami, they've been a good team this season. I mean, they were right on the outside of being in the playoffs this year. As for Indianapolis, they beat Jacksonville 20-14 in the last game of the regular season. I mean, the Jaguars kind of put up an upset bid there for a little while. That could have been a crucial loss there for the Colts, but they ended up getting the win, even though it was a little bit close in terms of considering the Jacksonville Jaguars are a 1-15 team. But anyway, winning streaks both these teams. Buffalo's 13-3 with a 6-game winning streak. Colts are 11-5 with a 1-game winning streak. Buffalo's the 2 seed, and Indianapolis is the 7 seed heading into the playoffs. This game is going to be on Saturday, January 9th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time in Orchard Park, New York. So the Bills will be your home team here in this matchup. Spread currently says the Bills by 6.5. ESPN FPI is going with the Bills, 68%. Vegas prediction also going on the Buffalo side, 34-27 being the current projected final score. Here's your stat comparison for this game. Of course, the Bills have got several really key players. Josh Allen has had an outstanding season for the Bills. It's been a huge breakout season for Josh Allen. I mean, if you look at Josh Allen, he's certainly been a great quarterback prior to this season, but I mean, this season has been exceptional for him. He's put up over 4,500 yards on the season of passing, 37 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions as well. It's been an outstanding year for Josh Allen. As for Phillip Rivers on the Colts side, he's put up 4,100 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. So really, he's not had a terrible season either. But I mean, Josh Allen has definitely got a tremendous amount of upside in comparison to Phillip Rivers, who is starting to get a little bit older. But for the running back side of things, the Bills have got Devin Singletary leading out the running back core with 956 total yards on the season with 2 touchdowns. And then, of course, in the receiving core, they got Stephon Diggs, who's had an outstanding season for the Bills. He's put up over 1,500 yards with 8 touchdowns on the year. He's definitely been a top wide receiver in the NFL this season. They also got Cole Beasley and Gabriel Davis right behind Stephon Diggs in the wide receiver position. Cole Beasley's got nearly 1,000 yards on the season, 4 touchdowns, and Gabriel Davis has put up nearly 600 yards with 7 touchdowns. As for the Colts, they got Phillip Rivers, but they also got Jonathan Taylor, who's had an outstanding year considering he's only a rookie. Put up nearly 1,500 yards on the regular season with 12 touchdowns, and they got T.Y. Hilton leading out the receiving core as he's put up nearly 800 yards with 5 touchdowns. You got Zach Pascal, who's been right behind him, 629 yards with 5 touchdowns on the year. And lastly, Michael Pittman, a rookie, has put up nearly 530 yards with a touchdown on the season. So really, I mean, the Colts have had several breakout players this season. Meanwhile, for the Bills, you can say the same about them. I mean, Stephon Diggs was great in Minnesota, but he's had an outstanding season for the Bills this year. That was a huge pickup for the Bills this past offseason, getting Stephon Diggs. Some key points for this one. Bills have been playing as good as they have been all season for sure. I mean, if you look at the Bills down the stretch, I mean, they blew out Miami 56-26. They blew out the Patriots 38-9, blew out Denver, and they had a huge win over Pittsburgh prior to that. So the Bills are on fire right now. I mean, this is a team that down the stretch has honestly gotten better. Like, they started out this season as a great team, but I mean, down the stretch, the Bills have improved a ton, and this is a team that's going to be a very tough out this NFL postseason. As for the Colts, they've been a little bit inconsistent down the stretch. I mean, they did lose to Pittsburgh in Week 16, but overall, I mean, they've been able to get several big wins. Like, they beat the Packers earlier on in the season, so that's definitely their signature win of the year. But, I mean, if you look at it otherwise, they had a close win over the Texans. They beat the Raiders by a couple of touchdowns. They actually had 2 close wins against the Texans. They beat the Texans by 7 once and then 6 the other time. But really, I mean, for the Colts here, I mean, this is a team that is very good. I still think Indianapolis is definitely worthy of being in the playoffs, but I mean, this is a team that I just think is a little too inconsistent to make a deep playoff run this season. But the Colts do have a more experienced quarterback. You do got to consider that there. I do think Josh Allen is definitely better than Phillip Rivers, but Phillip Rivers is a lot more experienced than Josh Allen. That could be a big advantage for the Colts coming into this game, especially considering Josh Allen has not had a whole lot of experience being a quarterback in the postseason quite yet. That being said, here's what I'm going to go with this game. I got to go with the Buffalo Bills. I think the Bills are just too good of a team right now to sleep on. I got to go with them, 31-17 being the current final score in my opinion. I think the Bills are definitely capable of putting up a lot more than 30 points in this game. I mean, Josh Allen has put up an outstanding season, especially down the stretch. Once again, I mean, this team put up 56 points on a Miami team that is a 10-win team this season. The Colts are definitely also a team that has been very good down the stretch. I mean, if you look at them, they got several pretty key wins over the course of the season, but the Bills are just the better team, in my opinion. Josh Allen's the better quarterback. They've got all around just a better offensive team, and I think the Bills, once again, with the amount of momentum that they do have right now, I just can't go against the Bills right now. Once again, final score 31-17. Probably it's going to be 65% towards Buffalo, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below on this game. Score predictions, all of that down below. Appreciate you guys all watching. Stay tuned for more from All Sports Central. I'll see you guys all later.